McCasland wrote that electricity can be for free. He explained that a lightning bolt isn't just weather. It's a nonlinear discharge of an adiabatic field that is always flowing around us.
They turned the CERN Particle Collider off for maintenance, apparently for 4 years.
The LHC was shut down for a 4-year-long upgrade, but people online are already saying that reality feels different.
Anunnaki vibes. Guys, we got an absolute insane one today. In today's video, we got all types of mysterious videos, weird TikToks, and strange theories coming right at you. Hit that like and subscribe button as we dive through these videos and try to make sense of all this madness.
News, they turned the CERN Particle Collider off for maintenance, apparently for 4 years. And people are reporting that they can actually sleep at night now, that they don't have headaches, and that time is going slower, as opposed to before they turned this thing off. People were saying time was going very fast.
What? I have been sleeping good these last couple of nights. That is odd.
CERN just shut down the Large Hadron Collider until 2030, and now the cornucopia is back. So on June 29th, the LHC was shut down for a 4-year-long upgrade, but people online are already saying that reality feels different. Ever since the shutdown, I'm seeing people say that time is starting to feel normal again instead of being stuck on fast forward. Others say they feel like a weight has lifted. Their senses are sharper, the sky is clearer, they're finally getting restful sleep and dreaming again, they're not waking up with headaches, and even some with a constant ringing in their ears has suddenly stopped. Now leave a comment if you've experienced any of this, because apparently a lot of people are noticing it, including me. But what actually is CERN and what is the LHC? Well, CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research, founded in 1954, based near Geneva on the Swiss-French border. The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest particle accelerator, a roughly 17-mile underground loop where physicists smash particles together near the speed of light to study and find out the true nature of reality, and discover things like the Higgs boson or God particle. Before the LHC was first fired up in 2008, there were a lot of people online worried that it was going to create something like a black hole that would destroy the Earth. It didn't, but the weird part is that after they first turned it on, a lot of people say that reality started feeling off. People said time started to feel faster, and the world in general kept getting stranger and more chaotic. This was also around the time when the Mandela Effect seemed to start, and people have speculated that somehow CERN has caused this and made us to jump into different timelines, and that's why people are remembering things differently. And here's something else interesting. Every few years, the LHC enters a major shutdown for repairs or upgrades, and shortly after, strange or global events seem to follow. Most notably, the first time it was shut down was right after the first test, and the global financial crisis of 2008 happened. And the last time it shut down, well, that happened right before the pandemic started in 2020. Now, I'm not saying that CERN caused any of this, but when you run the world's largest particle accelerator, trying to crack open the secrets of the universe while also doing mock rituals like this on your campus at night, people are going to start to ask questions. Now, what is this new shutdown for? Well, they're shutting it down until 2030 to upgrade it to the High-Luminosity LHC, which is said to be 10 times more powerful. Now, it's probably all just coincidence, and that cornucopia image, well, I ran it through a few AI detectors and got mixed results, so who knows exactly, but if the last decade is any indication, we might be in for a wild ride when they turn the LHC back on. CERN just shut down the
In 2030, it's going to be 10 times more powerful. Oh my goodness. I don't think most people think it's a black hole that they're forming. It's more of like a veil of the dark dimension is getting thinner and more dark energies coming into the earth is more the feeling. Man, 2030, we gotta get it in before they turn that thing back on, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. You already know they're gonna have some type of super crazy ritual when 2030 pops off. Oh my goodness. You already know the rituals they had just for celebrating the old colliders. Imagine the 2030 one, a 10 one, man. They are gonna go absolutely bonkers.
So we're just down in the Gunnera passage, and you can see the leaves are pretty much there, almost at full height now. We had the perfect amount of sort of rain and moisture, obviously earlier in the season, and all this sunshine has really brought everything on. So quite a dense canopy of cover here, good for keeping the sun off, or if you get a bit of rain, like you can possibly hear on the camera, great for channeling the water away from you and down these wonderful stems and obviously feeding the plant itself.
I want to drink from it. Let the rain hit it, and then when you get thirsty, just fall back the leaf and drink from the leaf.
Done some sort of time-lapse sort of photography and edits for the Gunnera plantation through the year. So if you go to any of our social media sites, you'll find some videos of that online, which is fascinating just to see that sort of speed of growth from nothing to the height that you see above me now. So we're just
colossal. Imagine the fresh air from the photosynthesis those plants are producing, you know, just sitting there breathing in there. Man, I bet that's refreshing. I need more plants in my house. I'm sure people that have a lot of plants in their house, that their oxygen levels are at max. Speaking about trees, check this out. You take a 3.5-hour road trip to see this woodpile in Utah. Yeah, that does look like a massive woodpile, to say the least. Utah has so many mysteries.
Do you know what happens when a giant redwood tree falls in the redwood forest? There's anyone around hear it. When a redwood tree falls, it's not like when you chainsaw it, when you cut it down, it doesn't go timber. It doesn't do that, okay? Because first of all, the roots under the ground, which aren't very deep, I'm gonna show you in a second, they snap. And then when the tree falls, it hits other trees and branches fall down. So it doesn't sound like boom. It sounds like snap, snap, snap. Boom, boom, because it's hitting other trees on the way down, knocking branches everywhere. And then it goes cha-bong, bong. It's crazy. Hey, keep it down. Let me come over here where I'm not disturbing everybody. So this is the underside of a redwood tree. See how big it is? So this was a giant, 300-foot tall redwood tree. This is a massive redwood tree. And it fell over, and you can see how shallow the roots were, okay? Very shallow. And see how they broke off? That was that snapping snap that I was talking about earlier. But what I like about it is redwoods don't support a lot of wildlife when they're alive because of tannins and stuff that makes redwoods red, repels a lot of insects, and that's why I don't hear a lot of birds in old growth forests, because there's not a lot of insects to eat. But once they fall down like this, and there's on the underside of here, all these nooks and crannies, things can live in there. And we have some very cool things in the redwoods y'all don't know about, like rubber boas. Yes, we have rubber boas. Okay, it's a boa constrictor. Please don't take these home. People keep taking them home, and that's why we don't have very much. So if you see them, just go, wow, they're cool. They have a fake head on the end of their tail so that predators strike that. So see what I mean by nooks and crannies? There is nooks and crannies. Nooks and crannies. This is a big giant log that fell down, and you can see there's huckleberries, ferns, all kinds of stuff. Berries growing up there. How do those berries get up there? They got up there from a feathered behind who pooped out the seeds. So here's another nurse log. Super cool. All kinds of salal, all kinds of cool edible berries growing on it. They were put there via the birds. These logs will get really, really soaked during the winter, and then they slowly release the moisture during the summer. And so a lot of plants that are growing on a nurse log get that water during the summer, so it's the hookup. Because redwood roots are so shallow, they usually entangle them with all the other trees in the area and hold each other up, which is why you should never plant with just 1 or 2 redwood trees in your yard, because they will come down when the wind blows, and it can do terrible things. But see, when one falls, there's other ones that fall. So usually if you find one that falls, you'll find a bunch in the area like this place. So besides the 3 we just passed, there's that one, there's that one, there's a bunch. And then you can even see the scar. See the scar on the side where the tree hit it and slid down and took off all the bark? When one tree falls, it loosens up the root connections, and so lots of other trees like this one fall after it. There's only 4.6% of the old growth redwood forest left.
I always wanted to go see the redwoods in person.
ടോട്ടൽ ഒരു 15-16 ചേർപ്പാங்க.
What a mysterious place. I just love how the lush green is growing in between like this ancient structure. Definitely a mystery. I wonder what's inside there. Somebody living in there? Who can fit inside that structure? Why was this originally made? Is this like a burial site? They're all walking barefooted. I'm sure that might be for respect. Mysterious India. The braid. The French braid. And you can see the ornaments that they put all around it. I wonder if this is at Kailasa Temple. Man, all these different heads of these sculptures, man, it just makes you wonder what happened here. Almost like they left the heads for people to see. They obviously tried destroying the nose, because you could see that the nose is getting worn off on all of them. What was going on here?
Major General Neil McCasland left an open book on X, and no one is reading his tweets. Think about who this man is. He didn't just work for the Air Force, he ran the Air Force Research Lab.
Listen to this lady explain how Neil McCasland left an open book of information and Easter eggs on his X before he disappeared. It's believed that he may have been alluding to the fact that you can get energy and electricity from the ether, and you don't need the cables or oil to produce it. That's just one of the many theories as to why they're getting rid of these scientists, that they discovered how to get electricity from simply out of the air. What do you think?
He was the gatekeeper for Pentagon's most sensitive special access programs. Then on February 27th, he walks out his New Mexico home and just vanishes. 10 days before he disappeared, the military pulled a massive PR stunt called Operation Windlord. They used C-17s to transport micronuclear reactors across the country. The news calls it clean energy revolution, but McCasland, he posted one word: idiocracy. He was trying to tell us that while they're disclosing micronukes to the plebs, us, they are hiding the discovery that makes nuclear power look like a campfire. McCasland wrote that electricity can be for free. He explained that a lightning bolt isn't just weather, it's a nonlinear discharge of an adiabatic field that is always flowing around us. He's talking about tapping into the Earth's own magnetosphere. He's telling us that this energy crisis is manufactured lie to keep us all paying for the fuel while the government harvests the sky for free. He goes deeper. He talks about the 2DOF lattice, a forbidden state of physics where mass loses its grip on reality. He says if you sink an ion in an electron wave at a macroscopic interface, you don't take off with engines, you float away. No inertia, no G-forces. It's the technology he was overseeing before he was unplugged. This explains why we see a craft making 90-degree turns that should liquefy a human pilot. And here is the something dark part. McCasland is just one of the 9 top-level American scientists who have most were tied to the Air Force Research Lab. In the 3 addresses yesterday by Trump, Starmer, and Albanese talked about national resiliency and fuel finds. They want us scared and dependent on the grid. McCasland's open book is the only thing standing between us and an engineered dark age. Do your research yourself. His X account is still up.
I feel like atmospheric harvesting's been around for a while. I would like to see it done more so I wouldn't have to pay electric bill, you know? But I believe they're moving into nuclear. You know, with all these data centers and AI is popping off, you know, they're not going to be off gas and natural resources for a while. You know, they're trying to go nuclear cheaper. So all these data centers are going to be powered with nuclear. It's going to be a possibility in the future. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is heavy.
There is an island that ancient civilizations all agreed existed. An island at the edge of the world, surrounded by a sea you couldn't sail through, guarded by things that lived in the water, and populated by people who weren't supposed to be there. They called it Thule, and then someone made sure we forgot about it. Around 330 BC, a Greek explorer named Pytheas sailed north of Britain and found it. He wrote everything down, every detail, every description. That manuscript ended up in the Library of Alexandria, and when the library burned, it was one of the first things gone. Convenient. Now the only record we have is fragments, secondhand quotes from writers who were told not to believe him. Strabo called him a liar. Polybius called him a fraud. The two most powerful voices in ancient scholarship, both dedicated to discrediting the one man who had actually been there. Ask yourself why. Because what Pytheas described doesn't fit the official history of the ancient world. He described a sea surrounding Thule that was not water, not ice, not fog. Something in between all three. Thick, alive, impassable. Ancient writers called it a sea lung, a breathing sea. What lives in a breathing sea? The Romans knew. Multiple Roman accounts describe enormous creatures in the waters around Thule. Things that capsized ships, things that surfaced and didn't look like anything with a name. The medieval maps that came after, the ones stamped, "Here be dragons" in the North Atlantic, they weren't being poetic. They were remembering something. And the people on the island itself? Every account across 600 years of recorded history says the same thing. Tall. Incredibly tall. Pale beyond pale, and blue, not painted blue, not dyed blue. Blue. The mainstream answer is that they painted themselves with woad, a plant dye. Sure. Except Julius Caesar said it, Tacitus said it, Silius Italicus said it, Martial said it, 600 years of writers across multiple empires, all independently describing the same people. Here's the theory that gets buried. The blue people of Thule weren't from the surface of the earth at all. There is a tradition appearing in Norse mythology, in Sumerian texts, in the book of Enoch, of beings who came from below, from inside the earth, a hollow interior, an inner world with its own light source, a civilization that predates everything we call ancient.
What light source? And is he talking about Agartha? And where is this information?
Eustathius, a 12th century historian, recorded something the others left out, that the people of Thule were at war, not with another tribe on the surface, with beings described as only 20 fingers tall. A subterranean dwarf race coming up from below, fighting the blue giants for control of the island at the top of the world. Pytheas found Thule. He wrote it all down. The sea monsters, the breathing ocean, the blue people, the things beneath. His book was placed in the greatest library in the ancient world, and then that library was burned. Ultima Thule, the last place before the world stopped being real. Or the first place, if you're coming from the other direction. There is an island that ancient civilizations...
If you thought I wasn't going to hit you with another excellent specimen today, think again. Alright, y'all see it. Oh, we got multiple. Oh no, it's just different angles of the same one. Okay. I like this one. I like this one a lot. The rating I'm gonna give this a 9.3. And I'm gonna call this the Arctic Flower Quarter. The Arctic Flower Quarter, 9.2. I want to see your ratings and your name of the specimen in the comments below. That's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It's the best way to help the channel out. Helps the channel get into like-minded individuals. And I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. The code word for today is giant trees. Go ahead and drop giant trees in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through this video and you really rock with your boy. And I just want to say thank you guys, and I'm going to see you later.